Purposeful nudge introduces reducing process debt and architecting behavior to reduce cognitive load and drive adoption.
Imagine a Tier 4 data center experiencing a massive emergency cooling failure. Downtime costs $10,000 every minute. The company deployed a multi-million-dollar AI system to predict and solve this exact problem, yet the repair still takes 6 hours. The reason lives in what we call the moment of work. This is the precise, unforgiving instant a technician has to make a high-stakes decision while standing on a ladder in a noisy room under extreme pressure. When pressure spikes, cognitive capacity drops. If an AI diagnostic tool requires 12 taps just to load a schematic, the technician will abandon the software immediately. They will grab a physical tool and rely entirely on pure muscle memory to stabilize the system. The AI fails to reduce repair times because the software was never designed to survive the chaotic, physical reality of the front line. This straight line represents work as imagined, a pristine workflow designed in corporate boardrooms where every policy is followed. But out in the field, execution happens as work as done. The reality is interrupted, improvised, and driven by local judgment. Forcing a rigid standard operating procedure into this messy environment creates process debt. These are the unnecessary steps, duplicate forms, and confusing screens that accumulate until technicians bypass the official apps entirely just to get their jobs done. Deploying artificial intelligence over a broken workflow does not fix the process. It simply pays premium computing costs to scale bad operations faster. To repair these systems, leadership has to step away from the whiteboard and look at what actually happens in the wild. This requires an active field intelligence program known as a DILO, a day in the life observation. Observers ride along with top-performing technicians and silently catalog every point of friction. They hunt for skipped screens, double data entry, and unofficial workarounds, like a tech video calling a senior peer because the official manual takes too long to read. The cultural mandate here is critical. Observers are entirely focused on auditing the process for friction, not auditing the human for compliance. Documenting exactly where and why technicians bypass the official tools exposes the hidden waste, revealing the true operational blueprint of the front line. This diagram illustrates the redesign sieve, a ruthless filter for that messy reality. The primary rule is elimination. If a workflow step doesn't add immediate value or protect physical safety, it gets crushed. What drops out the bottom is a streamlined standard of care. With the waste removed, the workflow architecture is rebuilt around a foundational purpose. This acts as a North Star, clarifying exactly what outcome matters most when the pressure spikes. That abstract purpose is then translated into strict operational standards. These are the non-negotiable actions that must happen every single time, like always validating the root cause before restarting a piece of machinery. Only after the workflow is stripped of process debt and anchored in clear behavioral standards is it safe to introduce digital tools. To ensure those new digital tools are actually adopted, we turn to the behavioral economics framework developed by scholars like Cass Sunstein. In field service, a nudge is a subtle piece of behavior architecture deployed at the exact moment a technician makes a decision. A nudge is not a motivational poster in the break room. It is not a nagging email from dispatch, and it is certainly not a hard stop that blocks a technician from working. Instead of forcing a technician to type out a 10-field manual form in the rain, the app prompts them to take a single photo of an asset tag. The AI then instantly autofills the checklist for them. A successful nudge engineers the environment so that the correct operational choice becomes the absolute easiest physical action to take under pressure. This cyclical flowchart maps out the core psychological contract required for true frontline AI adoption, the trust loop. The AI provides grounded, relevant guidance. The technician physically validates that guidance against reality. The repair outcome instantly improves. When a technician experiences this loop firing successfully over and over, trust transforms from a soft cultural buzzword into a highly monetizable operational asset. Artificial intelligence is not deployed to replace human judgment on the front line. It is deployed to protect that judgment from cognitive overload. That is the mandate for the modern field organization. Clean the path, nudge the behavior, scale the value.
For more insights, subscribe to Purposeful Nudge and start rewiring your field services organization today.